Right, okay, now we're going to have a look at number 352, Ed Straker's car. Now, Ed Straker was, of course, the boss of Shadow, Supreme Headquarters, Alien Defense Organization in the Gerry and Sylvia Anderson series, live action, their first live action series, UFO, that was transmitted from late 70 till for about a year until August 1971. Ed Straker had a car, a fantastic car, which Dinky decided to merchandise, of course. This is his vehicle. Looked very advanced at the time. Well, it certainly looked advanced. The reality was it was pretty awful. You know, it's supposed to have had gull-wing doors, but unfortunately, the real thing didn't work very well. So it had to be held up off screen by somebody just out of shot holding these doors up. So, but nonetheless, you know, it was and here we are. So now Dinky started to merchandise it anyway. This came in 2 colours. It was available from about 1971 to 75, so about 4 years. Started off in these classic cardboard boxes. They went on to a bubble box later on, which you will see. So let's have a look. This is the first box. This is, like most of the others I've shown you, is a reproduction, because a real one cost me more money than I'm prepared to spend. So, oh yeah, let's keep doing that, don't I? Let's have a look. Ed Straker's car. Keyworth clockwork motor with a moulded interior. And exactly the same on this side. Ed Straker's car. And the Supreme Headquarters Alien Defense Organization, Shadow's logo on there. So let's have a look. Here it is. Oh, let's get a torch out of the way. There we are. There it is. It's quite an attractive sleek-looking vehicle. It was actually built on a chassis of a Ford Zephyr, I believe. I think that's right. Let me just check that out. I'm sure that's right. A Ford Zephyr, and it had a Ford Escort engine in it, the real one. So, yeah. It's... Oh, sorry about the gap. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, it was a modified Zephyr Zodiac Mark IV chassis underneath all that, on top of this fiberglass Shelton put on top of it, with a Ford Escort engine and a gearbox. And as I said, the doors, gull-wing doors, had to be held up. Now, this one, as you can see, there we are. So again, it's a very good approximation to the real one. The shape's fantastic, actually. They got it bang on, I think. The real one's slightly more brown, like a slightly more metallic-y, well, it's a sort of shiny brown colour, but the gold's not too bad of approximation. Look at that, look. Okay, look. Dinky Toys, Ed Straker's car, made in England. Held in by screws, this one. This one has got spun wheels. There were a couple of variations later on with other types of wheel, but this one's got the earlier spun wheels. Interior, as you can see, is blue. A number of variations of that as well. Sometimes they were white inside, sometimes grey, sometimes blue. If you got one with black, then that is a rarity. That's quite expensive, that one. Later on, I think the last set of these that were produced, I think, let me see, probably about 74, were actually more of a yellow colour, more of a mustard yellow, not this metallic gold, and they're rarer than the original gold version like this. As for features, well, it doesn't really do very much, to be honest with you. The doors don't open, which is a bit of a shame, but it does have this clockwork motor, which is exactly the same mechanism that was in number 108 Sam's car from Joe 90. I think it worked very well on this cloth, which is my old Subutio cloth when I was a kid, but what I used to do is pull it back and let it go. No, not to worry, it doesn't work, does it? You had to... Yeah, there we go. So you put it, let it go. Oh, there you go. Well, that worked well, didn't it? So nonetheless, on a smooth surface... there you go. On a smooth surface, it does actually run for a short little while. That's his only feature, really. Doesn't really have anything else. But there you go. But nonetheless, I think it was fairly popular at the time. But so the yellow boxes were replaced by this bubble box later on. Okay, and the obligatory plastic top, of course, naturally. So here we go. Look, pull it back and watch it go forward, or not in my case. Ask for tyres, number 86, the front, or 020, the rear. Direct from Gerry Anderson's UFO program. It does still exist, I think in someone's back garden somewhere in a very rotten state. One hopes that one day, perhaps one day, someone may come along and fix it, you know, or but someone persuades to sell it or something. But it's a shame for it just to disintegrate forever. But there we go. There's Ed Straker's car. So that's what it would have come out of the shop. So there you go. Can't think of much else to say on this one. So thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.